Hi Pisces, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week being Valentine's week, we are going to have a bit of a look at that energy as well as, just in general, what's needing to be known for you. We do have the big shadow work reading this week as well for the full moon. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Keep an eye out for that one and you'll get notified if you're subscribed. Please leave a comment on the videos so that we know that your energy is, being counted in the collective energies. You're more than welcome to, make suggestions for topics and things like that as well. I do try to get back to all those comments. All right. But this week I am going to be using the telepathy oracle cards along with the origami lenormand for our general portion. Then when we're looking at the Valentine's Day energy, we have the true love oracle as well as the soul connection when two hearts meet love oracle, and I'm also using a special deck to me personally this week. This is the Titania's Fortune deck, which is a Lenormand deck. This particular deck, it is my first ever deck, the deck that I learnt on. I don't normally use it for other people, so the first time I'll be using that on the channel, so I'm excited to, it's been giving some interesting energy so far. It is a very accurate deck, that one, so I really like it. But just, Valentine's Day week, it's all about love, so I thought I'd share a bit of love with you guys and use my personal deck for the readings this week. But getting into it, Pisces, what does Pisces need to know right now? Pisces, what does Pisces need to know? What's going on for our Pisces? We have the attract card. The appeal of soul pairing goes beyond superficiality. Okay, so that's a strong energy, Pisces, of, knowing people for a lot more than, what's on the surface of people. It's all about knowing people on that deeper level, where we're not taking superficiality on board this week for you, Pisces. And it really does show us it's soul pairing coming through there. So it's kind of, I'm just picking up for you, Pisces, that you maybe intuitively coming to some sort of awareness of the soul pairings that are in your life, the people that are, destined to be in your life for, certain reasons, because of soul bonds, soul contracts with certain people, maybe becoming more aware of, people that have been through multiple lifetimes with you and things like that as well. So we're not even looking specifically at romantic pairings here. We may be looking at, those soul pairings of, that particular person and myself. We are like the ideal business partnership, friendship, family relationship, whatever that is, for you yourself. Okay, just general energy for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know right now? And for some of you, with that being the attract card too, for some of you, you may be spending time with this person or just getting that that sensation of needing to speak to certain people this week. It's because there's that underlying energy attraction there with those soul contracts and soul bonds between yourself and others this week. You're just, the attraction, the magnetism between yourself and your soul pairings this week seem to be a little bit stronger than normal. So you may be, needing to reach out to a certain person this week or vice versa, finding people reaching out to you. Okay, Pisces, what does Pisces need to know right now? Oh, relatively straightforward kind of a message here, Pisces. Firstly, we have the scythe and then the crossroad, the pathway card. So that speaks, that's very direct, this particular message for you today. That is saying a sudden decision, Okay, so it's like out of nowhere, all of a sudden, you're choosing to break away from a certain path that you've been on, or make a certain choice or decision in your life. To the Scythe can sometimes talk about breaking free from things, or cutting things off, cutting things out of your life. So for some of you, it's about choosing a different direction. So maybe choosing to, I'm no longer going to head that direction. I'm going to now go this other direction instead. But it does seem to be a very sort of firm choice that you're making this week. The pathway card, the crossroad card here, it is a very strong free will card. So this is something that you yourself are kind of choosing. It's something like, well, I don't want that destiny anymore. I'm choosing to move away from that, and I'm choosing a brand new path for myself, or I'm choosing to focus on a certain direction rather than other directions. So for some of you, you may have been sort of looking at broader direction in your life lately, and now we're sort of choosing one specific direction to walk in. I feel for a lot of you, and sort of cutting off all those other pathways. You're like, no, I'm not going to pay attention to those anymore. I'm going to just follow this one specific little path. Is what I'm getting for a lot of you here. I will clarify this third card here, just to sort of double check, get a bit more info about what exactly we're choosing. But because this is kind of showing me what this is in regard to, rather than a specific direction you're taking here, because we have the anchor. Okay, so it kind of just supports this in the way of, you've been feeling a little bit stuck with multiple pathways in front of you. You've been feeling a little bit stuck here, Pisces, and this is why you're making this decision. You're wanting to focus more on the things that you can rely on in your life, the things that are keeping you steady and calm, and the things that you can depend on, rather than having multiple options where it's kind of a bit of a toss up, which one's the most reliable for me here. No, I want just one steady path. I don't want to, I don't want misdirection. I don't want confusion over this. So I feel like the anchor is more along the lines of the why we're doing this rather than the what we're actually choosing here. Pisces, what direction is Pisces choosing here? What is the choice that Pisces is making this week, please? That was on the bottom of the deck a moment ago. We have the moon coming through, so it's not really wanting to tell me a specific thing. Okay, with this card here, it's kind of it is the card of intuition, okay, and emotions, and it's speaking to me straight away, saying I can't know. That's for you to know, Pisces, because your intuition already you will just sort of know exactly what path to take. It's something you're doing intuitively. You're making this choice, following your own gut feelings, taking your emotions on board. So for some of you, there's this energy of like, there may be strong emotion connected with these choices. Okay, so I'm kind of getting that you may just instinctively have this strong negative emotion to certain pathways that have been there for you, and all of a sudden you're feeling very sad, negative about those, and so that's it. I'm just going to cut those off because they're just not giving, but then you do have this pathway that just feels lighter emotionally to you. It feels more full of love and passion and happiness. So you just instinctively go for that one, is what I'm kind of picking there. So really trusting your emotions when you're making these decisions, trusting those gut feelings this week here, Pisces, that they're going to, you are being attracted to the right path for yourself, the right people, the right pathways. You're definitely, it's kind of like you've got this magnetism within you, this magnet within you that is drawing you to certain things this week. So trust it, okay? Okay, well, that was a very strong message. You can kind of tell sometimes when the messages come through really strong, because all of a sudden I get really hyper and excited and I just can't stop So that was actually a very strong message for you there, Pisces, but it doesn't want me to know exactly what it is. So obviously, it's very individual, unique to you personally. The collective may be seeing quite a lot of different decisions being made this week, but and it doesn't even want to tell me, is this a job thing? Is it a love thing? It doesn't even want to tell me that much even. So it's just trusting yourself this week, Pisces, and you've got this. I feel like for some of you, for a couple of you, not all of you, there is this energy of needing to actually keep this to yourself for a little while. So I would sort of say, while you're making these decisions, don't question yourself and your own judgment. You don't need to run this by anybody else. This is for you and you alone, Pisces. Okay, I'm getting an energy of keeping it to yourself a little bit before you're making the decisions. Once you've made that decision and this is that decision I was making, yeah, bang, feel welcome to, talk about it. But up until then, it's keeping on the DL, Pisces, for some reason. Okay, interesting. Valentine's Day energy for our Pisces. Okay, anything we love for Pisces. Valentine's Day energy for Pisces this week, please. Interesting. We're seeing... Oh, I'm dropping that. And right as I dropped that card, it sort of said to me, oh, Pisces might want to fumble the ball a little bit on that one, but we'll get to that in a moment. Firstly, we have maturity coming through. Okay, so you're really using your inner wisdom this week when it comes to thinking about love even and moving forward in love at all. It's kind of like you do have this little I'm getting like is it like Gandalf, like the white wizard energy coming through a little bit here, where it's you're relying on the wisdom of your ancestors, the wisdom of what would Jesus do, what would this person do, what would have my grandfather wanted me to do, what would my spirit guides want me to do. I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, you're finding maturity this week when it comes to love, by thinking about like it's kind of giving that what would Jesus do thing, but not necessarily Jesus, depending on your own personal beliefs here. It's kind of you're really thinking about like not just you in the situation. What should I do? You're thinking about what would be the best recommended solution for me. What would be the thing that would be suggested to me by the wisest person I know. Okay, so that angel on your shoulder really guiding you this week when it comes to love. We do also have the commitment card. Like I said, it did sort of want to jump away, and it's kind of like Pisces sort of saying to me, oh, do I want to throw this away or do I want to actually look at this? And I feel as though this is why we're seeing you really putting some stuff externally, like thinking about things a little bit more externally, objectively this week when it comes to love, Pisces, because you're kind of, I'm picking up, there's been a lot of hurt, Pisces, and, valid. We've all been there, right? Especially with like love, everybody, does have a past, and it's how we deal with those things in the future that really make the difference. But I feel like you, once again, needing to sort of look at things to do with commitment from a more external, objective standpoint and be wise about this rather than coming from your emotion when it comes to love. We're going with our emotion, with the paths the decisions that we're making, but we're not necessarily coming from emotion so much when it comes to trying to look at the themes of commitment around love within our own self and our own love life. We may need to actually take our emotions out of it a little bit this week, Pisces, and really look at what is going to be best for us in the future. What would other people want us to have for ourselves? What does our higher self want us to have? Not allowing the fear and those emotions to have a say this week when we're looking at that topic, Pisces. Okay, we'll have a look with the other two decks as well. Valentine's Day energy for our Pisces. Valentine's Day energy for our Pisces. It has just started raining really crazy, and I've got washing on the line. Don't you hate that? Valentine's Day energy for Pisces. Yeah, we have remarkable coming through as well as challenges. The remarkable energy, it does say noticing everything remarkable about your relationships. Okay, so once again, we're looking at that more objective standpoint. We're using that wisdom from an objective standpoint to really pay attention to the things that are remarkable, what stands out to us about our relationships and the relationships that mean the most to us. What makes those the strongest, most important relationships in our lives? Why are they so remarkable? So for a lot of you, this is not even specifically love. This can be, that unconditional love, the family love, the friendship love, okay? But really paying attention and taking that into consideration, because sometimes when it comes to love and when you're looking at themes of commitment and wisdom and maturity within love, what is it that attracts you to your friends? Those strong relationships in your life, what are the things that mean the most to you about those relationships? Because quite a lot of the time we need that same energy in a romantic partner as well. We just have the extra stuff, the romance and the sexuality stuff connected to the romantic partners, but we still need that strong base, that strong foundation. So sometimes, romance doesn't necessarily always just start with that once again, that it goes beyond superficiality. So it doesn't always start with that physical attraction. It doesn't always start with that, oh, bang, that's my person. Romance. It doesn't always start with that. For a lot of people, they find love with, a friend that they've known for a very long time, and then all of a sudden they realize that it's more than that. So I think that is something to think about this week, Pisces. We do have the challenges card there. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. How do you, in these strong relationships, these remarkable people in your life, how do you and that person overcome challenges that you have faced? How are those things overcome? Once again, maybe we're needing to look at those things in our romantic partnerships as well, and putting those things that really work for us in these good relationships. Maybe we need to take that into consideration within the romance stuff as well. All right. Anything else Pisces needs to know in regard to Valentine's Day week? Anything else Pisces needs to know in regard to Valentine's Day week? Okay, that's basically just clarifying and confirming everything we've already spoke about. What about for the Pisces that has a specific person in mind for Valentine's Day? Message for the people that have a specific person in mind for Valentine's Day, please. Good luck on the bottom of the deck with that one. So short-term luck, take a chance. For those of you who do have a specific person in mind for Valentine's Day, your luck is on your side this week with Valentine's Day energy. Take a chance. The wrong side. The main energy we have for that reading specifically is the ring. Okay, so strong connection, strong relationship. It's kind of telling me that, that's why it's not coming through much stuff for those of you who do have a specific person in mind, because that's all good. No news is good news on that front, that it's it's a strong bond. There's nothing to really be concerned with. There's nothing to really talk about, to worry about with that. If anything, it is, you can take a chance on that person. You can take a chance with that connection. Don't be afraid to jump in the deep end with that connection. For everybody else, like I said, we're just getting clarification energy here. Another relatively straightforward message. We're seeing that anchor once again. So that's the focus of your week this week, Pisces, is doing, getting out of the stuck energy and doing what is going, trusting the reliable, the remarkable, the things that you can depend on within the people in your life and your own self. Getting out of any stuck energy there and moving away from the past. There's an energy here of moving away from the past, starting new journeys that take you away from the past, because the past is stress. The past is eating away at your energy, and that's what's been holding you back. All right, so we're making a change, but that's probably for a lot of you something we're choosing to cut out this week, is that path that keeps trying to take us back to that past energy. We're traveling away from that this week, Pisces. Okay, so that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements. Subscribe to the channel. Keep an eye out for that shadow work reading on the full moon. And I will see you all again soon.